Welcome to Ask Me Anything, featuring spiritual medium and psychotherapist Kellee White.
Hi, everybody. Hi, I am spiritual medium Kellee White, and welcome to Ask Me Anything. And first of all, happy St. Patrick's Day out there. If you are celebrating St. Patrick's Day, I don't wear green very well, and I don't have much of it, but I thought I would wear my mother's green necklace. So that is green. And my name is Kellee, so most people think I'm Irish. I think I am a quarter Irish in there. Anyway, happy St. Patrick's Day. In fact, I'll tell you something interesting. As James points out, I like to know a lot of information. So the spiritual meaning of St. Patrick's Day is it exists to remind people to rekindle the divine flame of the light within them. I thought that was quite beautiful. So I have a lot to talk about today, and there's some great questions, and I really want to get to as many as possible and do some mini readings for people. But I wanted to start off with, before we get to the astrology, and I'm going to explain a few things here. So you know how I've always talked about, since the beginning of the year anyway, 2022, this year, all these twos, and all of these twos have to do with duality. So I've really been thinking about, what's going on in the world and duality. And I was thinking to myself, there are simple things and then there are complex things. And a simple thing for me is a goal I have had, and I've never, ever reached this goal. And it's a simple goal, and it's kind of silly, but for some reason, I've always wanted to watch every single Academy Award movie before the Academy Awards. Has anybody done this? I just want to know. So far, I'm missing like 3 of them. So I've seen, I don't know how many are up there now, like say 6, 7, 8. I've seen quite a majority of them, but I haven't seen the 3 left. I have them at home because Don's on the, he's a member of SAG, so we get a lot of the movies. And you'd think I would just be watching them, but I don't. But for some reason, it's a simple thing. I've never achieved that. Anyway, and I don't know if I'll achieve this before the Academy Awards in the next week or so. I have no idea. But anyway, that's a simple thing. A complex situation is what we have going on in the world right now. And the juxtaposition between a simple life and then this really complex situation that we have makes things much more serious and complicated. And I have a lot of astrology to talk about, but for the new viewers out there, and I meant to say hello to everybody, but I really started getting into this, and I will say hi to everybody as I go through this, but I want to talk about this because for the new people out there and for people to remember, I use a lot of lenses in my work with an individual and with my work when I'm talking about the world. So I use the lens of psychology. I'm a psychotherapist. I use the lens of mediumship, giving messages and hearing messages because I'm a medium. I use the lens of astrology. I use Western astrology, and I use Vedic Eastern astrology because that actually is often more predictive for me, the Eastern astrology. So I use those lenses. I use the lens of trauma because I think that's a really important lens to use when I'm working with anybody or certainly in the world. And finally, and the most important lens I use is spirituality. So I say that because I really want to talk about this year, this next few days, I should say, coming up, because ultimately it's to use the lens of spirituality, ultimately. So I'm going to start with astrology here. And again, I'm sorry I didn't say hi to everybody. Hi, Kathleen. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Troy. Hi, Shirley. And I'm going to answer as many questions as I can. Hi, Carla and Dorothy. And thank you, everybody. And for you new people, thank you so much. Esmeralda, what a great name. Hi, Jody. Hi, Elizabeth Preston. Angel Knight. Hi, Lori Young. Oh, my gosh. So, I mean, I could go on and on and on, but I want to get to the astrology because I think it's really important. And this is such an important time. Have you guys been feeling the intensity of the energy out there right now? Just the intensity of it. I sure have. I mean, I wake up. I mean, normally I sleep through the night. I'm a great sleeper, except for the last 2 nights. And I saw this TikTok video. So Holiday, my daughter, if you're watching, I was watching this TikTok video, and this guy on TikTok said, I wake up in the morning, I check on Zelensky, and then I drink my coffee. And actually, that's exactly how I feel about this. So my sleep, I worry about it in the middle of the night. I start thinking about Ukraine. I do. I can't stop thinking about it, actually. But that's when I pull out my spiritual lens here. Let's talk about this. I don't know if you remember, but James and I did a show at the end of December, and it was about predictions. And one of the things that I talked about was a thing called a Kali Sarpa Yoga. And Kali Sarpa Yoga, it means the time of the serpent. It's a very significant time in the world. It's where all 7 planets fall on one axis or another, but one side of the planets, or one side of the axis or the nodes than the other one. And when there's a Kali Sarpa Yoga, it means to have imbalance, and it means conflict. And we are in a Kali Sarpa Yoga. It began approximately December 16th, and it goes until April 6th. So, and we are experiencing the fullness of that from March 24th to April 6th. It means sadness on the planet, grief on the planet. And this is what I had been talking about from December of last year, 2021. So it makes this a very intense time that we are living, and you can certainly feel it out there. You can certainly know that we're having an intense time now. And so that's kind of that's the opening line. So first there's a Kali Sarpa Yoga, okay? And say that 3 times. And the second thing is, we have tomorrow, March 18th. So today's March 17th. Tomorrow's March 18th, and we have a full moon in Virgo. So the full moon, just know, full moon brings a lot of emotions and intensity. It's in Virgo. Virgo means to be of service. And it trines, and I'll explain that in a minute, Pluto in Capricorn at 28 degrees. So trines means that it's 60 degrees apart. And a trine traditionally means that when these 3 aspects get along really well, like for instance, the moon is in Virgo. So Virgo's an earth sign. It trines Pluto. Pluto is in Capricorn, another earth sign. And it trines also the North Node, which is in Taurus, another earth sign. So this is called a grand earth trine. And it brings some sort of really earthiness, peace, stability. The problem is that this trining Pluto at 28 degrees in Capricorn is very intense. And it makes everything about this full moon way more intense, okay? And the other part of it is it's in opposition to all of these planets that are in Pisces. So Virgo means of service, but Virgo is like, cut this bullshit. It's nonsense. It doesn't want nonsense. It just wants like things straight away. Don't give me any nonsense. Where Pisces is kind of the dreamy planet, and it makes you see things not very clearly. So Virgo, it's annoying. It's a big kind of annoying time. But it creates a really strange energy, because what we have the moon, we have all of these planets where did I write that down? It's a good one. Oh, here we go. But in Pisces, we have the sun in Pisces, Mercury in Pisces, Jupiter in Pisces, and Neptune in Pisces. It's a lot of Piscean energy for this full moon in Virgo. And so it's going to make things very chaotic, and it complicates things, and it makes things intense. So pay attention, because it brings out emotional sensitivity. And often I speak to empaths out there about all of this sensitivity, but this will affect everybody. So watch your temper, watch how you might feel, because this brings up a lot of powerful emotions that maybe have been shoved down for a while. This brings stuff up. Okay, so it also, because it's aspected to Pluto, it means powerful transformation, because remember, Pluto is all about transformation. Pluto doesn't care how you get there. Pluto just makes sure you get there. It's a pretty intense time. So one of the things, full moons are all about letting go, and completion. So when it's in Virgo, one of the things that you might want to let go of is being critical or judgy or judgmental about yourself or others. It's a good time for that. I will tell you what it's not a good time for. It's not a good time for ending your job necessarily, or deciding that you want to get out of the relationship that you're in. Not a good time, because nothing is very clear. So it will get clearer in a few days after this, but not this. It's better just to, stay in the house and just think of some of the things you're ready to let go of. It's a great time for meditation. Great time for meditation for this. Okay. So that's on the 18th. And what I'm talking about now is it builds up to this date that I'm headed towards, which is April 5th. So you'll notice this energy getting very, very intense, more intense. You think, God, Kellee, is it going to continue to get intense? Yes, it is. Yep. And I am not trying to be doom and gloom. I'm just presenting information with the lens of Vedic astrology and the lens of Western astrology, both. Okay, because again, ultimately, we're going to pull this back with a spiritual lens and talk about that in a second. But on March 19th, so March 19th is Saturday, we have the Venus squaring Uranus. So Venus is in Aquarius, which is the sign of humanitarian. Squaring, whenever you hear me say square, not good. It means, like opposed to something, fighting, squaring off with something, not good. And it's squaring Uranus, and Uranus is radical surprise. And that's on the 19th. So we've got this full moon that brings intensity on the 18th. On the 19th, we have a big square. On the 20th, the sun goes into Aries. Aries is ruled by Mars, pretty intense. And it's an 11 day. And 11 is one of those master numbers that, gosh, is there. We're going to learn something on that day. That will be an intense day. And on March 22nd, so again, building up to this point I'm going to talk about on April 5th, but on March 22nd, Mars, the planet of war, squares Uranus. So Mars is in Aquarius, and it's going to square Uranus in Taurus, and that's rebelling against authority. That's going to be an intense day. Okay. And it's so the energy's leading up to about what I'm going to say. When we get to April 5th, now this could happen before April 5th or a couple days after, or it could be right on. If we go back to on February 22nd, 2022, that's when Pluto made its return to the United States. And 2 days later, there was the war with Russia and Ukraine started 2 days later. So it may not be the exact date, but should be right around April 5th. Could be a couple days before, a couple days afterward. But Mars is conjunct Saturn. Mars is going to be in Aquarius, and Saturn's also in Aquarius. And a conjunction means it's right next to it, so it brings it a lot of power. So Mars is the planet of war. Saturn is the planet of fear and karma and old ways of being, old things, the way it's been. And that day, when those two planets get together, it could be a very, very, very intense time in the world here. I mean, could it be a huge war more than this? Yeah, it could be. It actually could be. It's just a very intense time. And so something intense will happen at that period of time. I hope it's not World War III. I hope not. I keep getting asked that if that's going to happen. I don't know. I hope not. There's a lot of hot-headed situations that come up right around that time, though. And the backstory I want to mention is this. On March 31st of 2020, March 31st, so 2 years ago on 2020, at about this exact period of time, Mars also conjunct Saturn, okay? And if you remember, life as we knew it had stopped. Life as we knew it had stopped. I mean, everything changed during that. COVID came, it was here, and our whole life changed. So could this aspect that I'm talking about on April 5th with this Mars conjunct Saturn, could that bring another type of pandemic also? It could trigger some other situation. I mean, I can just say this, that it's going to be an intense time. So what do we do about all of this intense energy? I'll tell you. You view this spiritually. It's the only lens I can use to I described all these things, but now we're going to talk about this, what it means spiritually. Even if I mean, we're in a war there. We're watching war play out, whether we get involved or not. It looks like we may. I mean, astrologically, it looks that way. But if we do, you have to remember it's looking at the humanitarian efforts. I mean, look at what these people are doing now. The humanitarian efforts are amazing to me to watch, and it's spiritually, it's giving the people that are helping. Right. It's giving them that opportunity to help in the world and to bring light in the world. And that is what our souls come in to do. And if you are here at this period of time in the world, you are here to operate on a soul level. And so what you can do is send as much light, send money when you can, send them much light. And I pray a lot. I really do, because I knew that 2022 was going to be rougher than all the other ones. And it has played out that way, unfortunately. It's awful for me to see it. It's just awful. And I think about the mothers a lot. I thought about, for the first time in my life, I thought about my great grandmother, who, when my grandfather left Kiev in 2017 to come to the United States, he never saw his mother again. And I thought, my God, what are these mothers going through? And again, if I use a lens of trauma, I'm doomed. I'll go down like power windows. So I can't even use that lens. I have to pull back and use the lens of what's happening spiritually. What is everybody learning here? Ultimately, we're here to bring heaven and earth together. So always remember that. Always remember that's what we're here to do. And pray a lot, because I believe in prayer. I do. So I had to say all that, and I'm sorry. I wanted to get through a lot of that, because I have a lot of questions here, and I want to start with this one. Kathleen M. She says, James talks about our life review when we pass on. So how do we make up for any transgressions we may have committed? Oh, Kathleen, did you have a human experience? Do we stay in purgatory like level, and how do we move on? So there's no such thing as purgatory. I think we're kind of living it here. I think Earth is pretty tough. It's a tough school to be in. But how do we make up for it? Well, start making up for it now. I mean, anything, if you've hurt somebody, if you've done harm to somebody, you can always, even if you don't speak to them again, you can start saying, talking to them literally spiritually and having a conversation with, I'm so sorry, or whatever it is that you feel that anything you've done, maybe help somebody else while you're alive. It's easier to do it while you're alive. While you're doing a life review on that side, you're the one that is doing the life review. So you will feel perhaps what you did if you've harmed somebody. Okay, but we move on from that. And the thing about life is, and one of the key lessons of life, learning it, is this: learn to forgive and move on. And do the best you can. And if you can't forgive, do the best you can to let go as much of it as you can and move on. Don't get stuck. Keep moving on. Okay. That's one of the keys to life. And I'm going to answer this question. Anna Prado. Hi, Anna. She said, I'm curious about the significance, good or bad, of the date June 6, 2022, which equals a 666. So 666, I know, has been thought of as some kind of a, evil time or something. It's not. It actually means June 6, 666 would be, actually it's a Jack of Diamonds day, so it brings a lot of energy to the table. But it also means bring 666, if you see that number, those numbers together. It just means balance. It means your soul is telling you, oops, you need some balance here. Sixes always mean balance. Okay, I wanted to. see if everybody got that. Oh, and Renee Hounsel, I have to answer this question, and thank you for answering this question, Renee. She said, I have a question about Moldavite, Kellee. So Moldavite is a green, like a dark green, doesn't have to be dark green, but it's a real green stone. And she said, I was strongly pulled to the stone, but all the crystal people I know tell me it's not a crystal I want to experience. Have I ever worked with it? I'm confused why so many are negative about this crystal. So I have worked with it, and I'll tell you, it's not a negative stone whatsoever. But what it does is Moldavite is actually a meteorite. So it was formed by a meteorite 15 million years ago. So if you have a piece of Moldavite, it means that you are ready to transform your life. It's really transformative. When you pick up a piece, it feels warm. I mean, it's like, whoa, here we go. So it will start to begin a transformational piece. And some people, maybe they're not ready to. It's overwhelming for most people, though. But it wouldn't be for you, Renee. No way, Jose. It would not be for you. You would be able to do it easy, easy, easy. So just know that. Okay, so then I have so many questions, but I'll try to get to as many as I can. Let's see. Oh gosh, hold on a minute. First, let me answer this. Tippy Landis. Tippy, she says, thank you, Kellee, for your time. I have a question about my mother. She's 97, and I feel she has one foot in this world and another on the other side. And the question is this: I don't understand why she stays here. She has dementia and she sleeps all the time. Why doesn't her spirit move to the other side? If only it were that easy. Whatever her soul contract is, maybe it's for you to learn patience. Is that a possibility? Maybe she wanted to be here for this particular time period. I don't know, because the soul, it's that agreement, that sacred contract is between the soul and what I'm going to call God and the universe, because I don't know, but it's more about what everybody else is learning here too. And don't think even though when somebody has dementia and they are 1 foot there and 1 foot here, on that side and the other side, she might be enjoying that experience yet. Maybe he's not ready yet to make that transition. So, but I've been asked that a lot. That's a good one. So here's a question. Andrea Deans. She says, I would like to travel all over the world. I've done it. I miss it. And it's the greatest thing ever. But she said, also, there are people that have passed through my life that I would like to see. When I pass over, will I want to visit people and places that I miss in life? Oh my gosh, yes. Or is life like a dream and I won't care about those things anymore? Oh, no. Let me just say this. You're going to be on the other side. Social, social, social. You will be most people are social butterflies. They want to meet. They want to greet. They feel so good. They want to be with some of their old friends. They have things they want to do. They'll travel. There's everything you can do on the other side. Everything. I'm watching this really silly show. It's probably why I never got to my Academy Awards movies. Called Upload. Have you guys seen Upload? It's the strangest concept and the strangest show ever. And I don't know why I'm obsessed with watching it. It's really strange. Okay, Renee went. She says, hi, Kellee. Someday I'm going to sign up to get a reading from you. Great. She says, however, right now, every time I'm about to pull the trigger, I freeze up. Maybe I'm just afraid to be vulnerable. Yeah, probably. Not sure. Really, I'm really easy. I promise I'm easy. Nonetheless, I love listening to you and appreciate all you say. Thank you so much. It may be because, I work on a soul-to-soul basis. When I'm working with somebody, it is literally soul-to-soul. So I can see what's going on. I understand what's going on. I can feel what's going on. And one day, Renee, if you're ready, I'm your girl. Okay, so let's see. Oh, Laura Harmley Hoffman. Good morning. I found the shows that you and James started during COVID. It was a leading me to a deeper spiritual journey. Oh, great. Thanks. Oh, you're so welcome, honey. Okay. I'm glad that everybody is doing that. Let's see. Okay. So I'm going to start with this one. Lord Solar. Today is my birthday. Happy birthday, Lords. I would love a reading. So let me just say this. So today is actually a 7 of Diamonds day. 7 of Diamonds is what we call the millionaire card. It means the soul that has come in to experience spirituality. And it's a very, very important because it has a lot of responsibilities. The 7s of Diamonds have a lot of responsibilities. So let's get you a card from, I'm going to use James's cards, which I still love so much. Messages from the guides. So let's get you a message on the guide, from the guides, Lords. What a great name you have too. I love that name. Okay, so in 316 is one of my favorite dates. Release toxic relationships. 7 of Diamonds tends to pull in toxic relationships. And by the way, this is a good card for everybody. This is the time period with this full moon. If you're ready to release stuff, and toxic relationships would be one of them. I know I said earlier, it's not a time to necessarily say, I'm going to leave you now, but really start thinking of what you want to release, because now's it's a really good time for that. Dixie Fitzmaurice Dalrymple. That is a great name. She said, my birthday is November 8th. I learned from each of your shows, and they've helped me greatly through the grieving process after the loss of my husband at the beginning of COVID. Dixie, well, first of all, honey, I am so sorry that I guess your husband didn't sign up for COVID, and I'm sorry about that. And November 8th is a Queen of Clubs, so you would really, you'd be in your, Queen of Clubs are the most intuitive people out there. They're most intuitive. You would know everything about everything, but I'm going to get you a message. And I know your husband's around you, and I literally feel he doesn't want you to worry, because I'm getting that you worry a lot, and he doesn't want you to worry, honey. And it really was his time. So these are messages. This is called Talking to Heaven. Talking to Heaven. And these are James's card for Talking to Heaven. So let's get you a card, Dixie. I love this. Oh, I feel like this one. It is beautiful where I am. It is beautiful where I am. So don't worry. Don't worry, okay? I just could feel him screaming, tell her not to worry. I'm really doing okay. Okay. So let me see. Hold on a second. Okay, Dorothy Eastman, can I pull a card for your husband on January 2nd? I think I can do that. So January 2nd is a Queen of Spades. And that means, so your husband's a male, and a Queen of Spades means he has a female brain. He thinks like more of a female in there, but let's get him a card. Queen of Spades is power, 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 power. Really creative. I've known amazing artists, but they have such responsibility in this life. So he comes in with a lot of responsibility. Oh my gosh. Tell him too. Here's his card for his birthday. Be himself. He's probably like, seriously? I could have told you that. So, hi, Lori. Hi, everybody. Now I get to say that. Yeah, thank you. I've got a little touch of green, Tracy. Hi, Susie. Thank you, Carla. That was my mother's. So I decided today, I was thinking, oh, thanks, everybody. Okay. So let's see. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Christy Ouchower. So your birthday is 12/1, and thank you for being you. Thanks, honey. You've helped me so much with the passing of my daughter. I'm so sorry. The pain is always there, but I'm trying not to dwell on how, why, and what did I miss. She was 28 and passed in her sleep. Wow. The coroner found nothing. I have chills. Boy, she's still around you. She always tends to get my attention, so she's still around her. Apparently, there's no pain. It really was her time, but let me get, and you're 12/1, so December 1 is the 4 of Diamonds. 4 of Diamonds, you know, 4 of Diamonds they have to have a freedom piece here too. So as much structure and work as you do, I just want to say this to you. You probably need to get out and be free right now, and it would be great with your daughter to do that. I really get that would be great with your daughter to go either do something, if you could, travel or do something. Do something. That's what I keep hearing. And here's her card for you. Okay. We will be together again. It's a great card. Okay. She loves you more than anything. Okay. So just know all of that. So Scott Huff. Hi, Scott. How are you doing, honey? I'm going to get you a card. I'm going to get you. Oh, thank you, Susan. Love the daffodils. Oh, and my friend Lee, if you're watching, I know you love daffodils too. I love daffodils. Ask me where I got them. I got them at Pick and Save. It's a supermarket in Wisconsin. But I love daffodils. They mean it's my favorite flower. That and poppies. I love poppies too. Okay, Scott Huff, I'm going to get you a wonderful card. Ooh, this is a good one, Scott. Appreciate your talents. I think you're a medium, so appreciate your talents. That's a good one. Very good one. Okay, let's see. Nancy Connolly. Kellee, I have been seeing 444 and 555 for the last two sad and feeling overwhelming feelings of unrest. Okay, so let's start with the 444 and 555. So 444 are angels. So angels around, angels around, angels around. Whenever anybody sees 444 or any combination of that, I love it when I see a phone number and the last 3 or 4 digits is 444. I go, oh, that's great. Actually, James on his private cell's last 3 numbers are 444. I always go, how did you get that? That's pretty cool. And 555 always means change. So change is neither good nor bad. It just is change. So it could be something is, maybe you have some change. I don't know what it would be, but change is not a bad thing. And if you've been feeling sad and overwhelmed and feelings of unrest, welcome to the club. I rarely, if you'll ever hear me say this, I mean, I know maybe when we first went into COVID, I was talking about this, and I had been predicting COVID for 6 months, not COVID itself, but 2020 for 6 months before this. So I'll just say that I think everybody's feeling overwhelmed right now. Everybody. Try to go out, work out if you can, go out for a walk, get into nature would be the best thing that anybody could do. Hi there, Beth. It'd be the greatest thing if you could. Sarah Stone, hold on a second. Steve Kanicki, can we counter the intense energy with our own intense positive energy? Great question. Yes, Steve, that's a brilliant idea. That's a brilliant idea. Yeah, counter it. I mean, do something, stay in the most positive frame that you could ever be in. And that could help. But I'm going to get you a card for saying that, because I think that is really great, Steve, honestly. Well, I don't even know what to say, but here's what the card says. Set your intentions. It's amazing. So everybody set your intentions to be extremely positive that we all get through this period of time as safely as possible, especially when I'm talking about Ukraine. Okay. Hi, Kim Ann. Paula Powers. Hi, Paula. Good evening, Kellee. Are people reporting great difficulty getting to sleep or insanely vivid dreams? So completely. The dreams I've been having from people, and I see several people a day, they always seem to involve something about a few things here. One could be, it has a lot to do with animals, has a lot to do with totems, maybe so if any of you have a dream right now where an animal pops in, and like the other day, I had two giant cobras with these giant heads coming out like this, and I was kind of scared. But it really means walking in the path of spiritual wisdom. So I always read things and then I get it. And I was a little scared, to be honest. But yeah, so I'm having trouble sleeping, and I never have trouble sleeping ever. But insanely vivid dreams. The other things that are happening are people are dreaming a lot with water, and water dreams represent emotions. So are you feeling scared, fear? So it says that Paula continues, unplugged from mainstream media, which is draining. Yeah, that's what you pretty much have to do. I'd like to know a little bit what's going on, or I like to absorb what's going on, or know what's going on, I should say, but it can be very draining. Praying and blessings daily to our planet, leaders, and the collective as we unify before ascending. Yeah. Feel this is a major part of my mission at present. Does this support my card? So let me look. You are August 25th. Great question. Does this support my card? I'm so glad to hear you say that. I never thought about it that way, but it's so great. Yeah, so you're the 25th. Yeah, 25th of August is an Ace of Clubs. And an Ace of Clubs often comes to partner with somebody. But Ace of Clubs also comes to learn and wants to know everything about everything. So yes, it does support it. It does support it. They're also very, very intuitive, and spirituality is such a big part of an Ace of Clubs life. So thank you. Thank you for asking those questions. Those are really good. Hi, Leslie Chambers from Australia. And I don't know you, but I'm going to get you a card because I love Australia. So here you go. Ooh. The journey within, Leslie. So maybe start keeping a journal of your journey within, or going into spirituality. It'd be a deep time for that. That's for sure. Hi, Daryl. Happy Halloween. Happy St. Patty's Day to everybody. Scott says you always wanted to, but you never did. Oh, I thought you were. For some reason, I thought you were. Hi, Cindy B from Iowa. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Shirley Johnson. I've had that thought, but I've never completed it either. You're talking about the movies for Academy Awards? I know, right? I mean, if anybody has done this, let me know. Hi, Ellen. Hi, Ellen. Esmeralda. Please drop a like. Okay. Well, I'm not sure what that is. But Carlene Reese. Hi, Carlene. Can we send light? Do we do it with our thoughts? Yes, we can absolutely send light. It's the greatest thing you can do right now. So what you would do is you get real focused on Ukraine, if that's where you want to send your light, and get real focused on it, and just start like beaming white light. Green light is healing. Pink light is love. White light for clarity. And just start putting your light, whatever you're drawn to at that moment, put that there. You know, green light often represents the heart too. Okay, Eleanor Rose, 23. My mediumship opened up after trauma from pregnancy loss. Oh boy. And I'm feeling pulled to help others with similar experiences. Any advice? Okay, so yes. I have a lot of advice for you. So let me just look at your birth date. You are 10/31, and you're a 4 of Hearts. So 4 of Hearts comes to help others emotionally and to deal with families and to have family issues. So number one, I'm sorry for your pregnancy loss. It's such a rough one. And the trauma after it, it's awful. It's awful because you're so connected, and it's awful. But if you can help others with it, I have chills everywhere. Eleanor, step into that, because this is a real situation that happens, and please step into it. I think you'd probably be great at that with that birth placement. I think you'd be great at this. Oh my gosh. I mean, if you were a medium that specialized in that, that'd be something. And what happens is the souls on the other side actually get in touch with the people here. That's how it works with mediums. I know that you people here think that you're the one that contacts me, but it's actually the other side that kind of nudges you to find that person, that medium that works with you. And if you specialized in that, and I'm going to throw something else at you, if you, honey, went to learn about somatic experience therapy, wow, because you're still young. You were born in 83. That's still very, very young. I didn't go back to grad school till I was 52. Somatic experience therapy is, I think it's a 3-year program with Dr. Peter Levine, and you can find it at traumahealing.org, because I think you might need some other tools in your toolbox. But to open up with that, be the greatest thing ever. Is my famous husband in Hollywood? No, he's here on the farm with me. He's on the farm with me. But Don, you can look Don up. He was in Neil Diamond's band. It's Don Marquise, Markese, and you can go to his website, and you will love his music, and you'll see everything he's done. And he's something else. He's a powerhouse, and he's so creative. And he wrote my theme song, and he wrote the same theme song for James and me for our Monday show. Okay, so here's a great question. This is from Dawn Bettina Rosen. So here I'm going to answer this. Hi, Kelly from San Diego. Hi, Dawn. I love watching the energy of you and James together. Me too. I love the call. I have the calling to be an end of life doula for children. Now, this also kind of goes into that other situation we were just talking about. Not many support this idea. What do I think? Are you kidding? It's the greatest idea ever. How could nobody support that? That makes no sense to me. And your birthday is, I couldn't wait to read this out loud when I saw this, by the way. I got all excited. My birthday is February 17th. So February 17th is an 8 of diamonds. Okay, let's just say this. You have a big, beautiful smile. You probably captivate a room when you walk in. 8 of diamonds has plenty of power, and they have to do something on the deep side of the world. They have to do something deep in life. So definitely, Don. Oh, I think you'd be great at this. I think you'd be great at this. Okay. Definitely do it. Definitely do it. Because my gosh, I mean, what else, what better thing is there to do than that, you know? I think it's just the greatest thing, one of the greatest things ever. There was another question here I wanted to ask. Okay, so Terry Helene 61. Terry, I want to say something to you. Would love anything from you. And your birthday is 9/21. So my granddaughter's birthday. Also, my favorite day in the world because Earth, Wind, and Fire. You know the song, September. Do you remember the 21st night of September? So I will have to say something to you. First, I want to say your son has been trying to get my attention now, I don't know, for over a week. So I want to tell you that he's doing really well. Okay. I'm really proud of him. He's doing really well on the other side. I have to say this to you, and I'm going to get you a card that says, okay, Terry, I hope you're watching this. I am with the rest of the family. Okay. So just know, honey, he's okay. All right. I had to answer that. So, okay, let's see here. Here we go. Okay. Jody Falashini, I always see the number 11. Why? Is it a warning? No, 11 is a master number. So it means, get ready, you'll be stepping into masterhood. And what does that mean? So there are 3 master numbers, 11, 22, and 33 in numerology. And 11s are the teachers, 22s are the builders, and 33 has to walk the path of both. I'm in 33, so I always have to walk the path. But 11s come to learn and teach through their own experience. And I don't know if that means you are an 11, but the number 11 is very significant. And when you start seeing 1111, these are, and 111, these are numbers that were like programmed into our system before we incarnated. And it means the time to wake up. So this world is about waking up. This humanitarian effort that we are embarking on and that we're seeing right now is about waking up and bringing light to everything. So it's a very, very, it's a big time to be here. It's a big time to be here. Laura Parmley Hoffman, she says the kiddos are crazy at school. Are they really, Laura? Let's get you a card for that because God bless you. Whoops, that was the old card. Sorry about that. That doesn't not make sense. Okay, here we go. No, God, why am I picking up the old cards? I should put them. Okay, you are never alone. Laura, even though those kids are going crazy, you are never alone there. Okay, Kat, yeah, so intense, right? Tracy Hildreth, she says, like a ton of bricks, no sleep. I know, right, Tracy? Okay, Rebecca, she said, yes, feeling the intensity, heart palpitations too. Rebecca, I swear to you, I was thinking that today. I'm not having heart palpitations, but I could feel the intensity of it. Let me get you a card, Rebecca, okay? Because this, never judge another, which means don't judge yourself either. Let's not be judgy. Never judge another. But it also means to really pay attention to how you're feeling, honey, because that's a lot. That Lowstone says, yes, I wake up at 3:20 every night. Isn't that weird? I know. Yeah, Michelle Peacock, it is heartbreaking. Yeah. So a lot of people, Jody, yes, you're up all night. Patty Weeks, yeah. Praying for peace. Absolutely. Absolutely. Rosemary Waddle, it is such a heavy feeling. It is a heavy feeling. Hi, Marilyn from San Diego. Okay, so let me see. Amy Augustine. Hi, Amy. My 77-year-old aunt was hit by a car on Monday. Oh, my gosh. She was unresponsive in the hospital today, and they needed to sedate her and insert a breathing tube. I was visited by a female and a male cardinal today. I have a feeling it was my grandparents. Oh, for sure. For sure. So let me, I've got chills everywhere, Amy. Let's get a card for you from the other side, okay, Amy? From them. It says, now I have no pain. Now I have no pain. But wait a minute. Are those, oh no, those are tulips. I thought maybe they were daffodils. Now I have no pain. So I'm not sure if they're referring to them or to your aunt. I'm not sure. But I will say this, that if somebody were to pass that way, and I'm not suggesting that at all, but when they do, you're never alone when it's impossible to be alone when you pass. It's impossible. It's impossible to be alone, frankly. And although you might feel it, there's always a spirit around, a soul around, our guides around always. But when we pass, there's a call that goes out to the universe 6 to 8 weeks in advance for when somebody's going to pass. So even in a suicide situation, even in an accident, I mean, I am sorry that she was hit by a car. That's just awful, right? That's just awful. Oh my gosh. Hi, Brandy. Hi, Daryl. It's heartbreaking. I know. I've got to send a lot of prayers to the world. Yeah, Pam Orsini, I pray daily for Ukraine. Will Putin be stopped? Well, here's my thought on that. I do think he will be. I do think he will be. I don't think it's today or tomorrow, but I do think he will be stopped. I do. I feel that really strongly, actually. Isabella. Hi, Isabella Cerulli. I feel such a heavy weight on me. Is that what you mean? Yes, I do. That's what I mean. There's a lot of people are feeling this. It's this energy. And, Cat Feather, she said, I developed shingles. Cat, you're the 4th person I have heard in several days that has developed shingles. And also the other one that's going around are hives. I think it's like we want to get out of our own skin. And I think, and shingles is about high stress and anxiety. High stress, high anxiety, So, please take care of yourself, honey, please. Hi, Joanne. Barkley says, how am I? I'm actually okay. Thank you for asking. I think I'm good. I'm good. I try to get out. Yesterday it was 67 degrees here. I'm not kidding. It was like heaven to me. I took the dogs out for a walk. That really helped a lot. That helps me a lot when I do that, by the way. So, thanks for asking. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, a lot of people are seeing all of these numbers, 444. Those are the angel numbers, and 555 means change. Let's see. Jenny Osborne, 922. So 922, September 22nd, is a 2 of clubs. And she says, I really see struggles with my young adult children. This insights you give are so helpful. Thank you. So let me get you a card, Jenny. But let me just say that a 2 of clubs comes to have friendships and conversations with people. And certainly there's a sense of worry there too, and to overcome fear. So if you can think of it as they're adult young children. So if you can try not to get how do I say this? You don't want to get too bogged down in their world in some way. So you want to observe with detachment. Oh, is this what's happening? Observe with detachment. It's really hard as a mother, but here's your card. Focus on the positive. There you go. Focus on the positive. They might bring incredible information. Is Pluto a kind planet? Maria Ron Goldberg. Pluto doesn't give a crap about feelings. It's just it's here. Such a good question. It means, no, I wouldn't say kind. More like ripping the bandage off. It means transformation. Its goal is to get you to change. Its goal is so there won't be, you'll do your work while you're here. Its goal is to make you spiritual, ultimately. So it's like ripping a Band-Aid off of somebody. So kind, no. I'll tell you what a kind planet is like. Jupiter. Jupiter is friendly. Jupiter is a good friendly planet. Even that they can get pissed off. But Pluto, no. You say Pluto, when I think of Pluto, I go, oh, Maroon. I'm not kidding you. Daryl, I love this. Daryl Cunningham, she says, I have been feeling such a sense of annoyance with everything, and I'm not usually like this. Oh, Daryl, I could so relate to that. And it's so not like me. This is just something. We're in it. We're just in an intense time. Christian Pascucci would love a mini reading, please, at a point of major changes coming in, and you'd love some insight. So your birthday is 1/7. So January 7 is a 7 of spades. So 7 of spades. First of all, anybody who was born between January 1st and January 13th it's a very karmic position. So when you would make changes coming in, it would mean it changes serious business here. And life is more serious business. Anybody who's born again between those times, January 1st, January 13th, life is serious business. Life is serious business for most people, but that period of time is like karmic. And a 7 of spades comes in. I've seen them. They have to learn a lot of lessons in this life. And it has to do a lot with medically, like watching negative thoughts and taking really good care of yourself. Those are the kind of things. I've seen incredible doctors with that placement, and healers. I've seen amazing healers with that, by the way. So as far as your some insight into the point of changes that when you make, I'll just say, when you make a change, it's a change. And here's the thing, changes are good. Changes always bring in new experiences, and that's why we incarnate. So let me get you a card. So yeah, don't be afraid of any changes that come in. Just go for it, girl. Abundance is your right. By the way, 7 of spades, abundance is your right. Some of them, I go, nah, not so. But 7 of spades, yeah. It's just kind of funny. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Lori Delavastano Sherbrooke. Sorry, Kellee. Oh, Kellee. My birthday is July 29th. So I'm a Leo, but I wanted to see in regards to my health and finances regarding a new business venture. Not sure if I should go back into massage career or something different. I'm a Reiki master, and if I lead more into my energy field and healing with people, but it's hard to get my business out there and accepted in our area in the Midwest. I hear you, because now I live in the Midwest, which I never did before, ever. And but this area needs it. And I was amazed at how many people in this area are involved in spirituality. I'm amazed by it, actually. So it's kind of a big thing now. It used to be that way, but it's not. So July 29 is a Queen of Hearts. So Queen of Hearts, the only thing you ever have to worry about, honey, is Queen of Hearts on the negative side is they're a little bit lazy. So just a little bit. So you don't be afraid to have a new business adventure, because this would be the time to do it. And definitely, whatever you want to do it. Because if you're tired of the massage business or something different, then move into the Reiki business and go into spirituality with Reiki. Okay? Just don't be afraid to do it. Just go for it. Okay. Let's see. Michelle Peacock. How do I figure out what is blocking me from losing weight? My overweight status is literally killing me. Thank you. Well, Michelle, here's one thing that I can refer you to is there are some great therapists that do somatic experience, and that's traumahealing.org, because what happens is trauma is stuck in the body. So if this is an overweight status and something's blocking you, I would go to what did something happen traumatically? What's the trauma in there? Is there childhood trauma? I'm not sure, but that's what I would look at. But let me get you a card just because. Trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. So Beth Golonsky. Hi, Beth. All this astrology is overwhelming. Yes, it is. It definitely is. Okay, let's see. Yes, it's a very intense time. Oh, Jean, she says, hi, Kellee. I sent my dog Eli back to heaven this afternoon. I like that phraseology, back to heaven. I'm going to remember that. I'm sorry, Jean. My birthday is on Saturday, March 19th, 1957. So do you realize that I am exactly 6 months younger than you? Almost to the day. I'm September 20th. Do I have anything that I can tell you? Yes. So March 19th, this intense week, though. Intense week, Gina. I'm so sorry. You have to get a sense of humor here with this, but you just went through some huge loss here, and that's such a hard one. But March 19th is a 4 of diamonds. So work, I know, is important for you, but you would have worked a lot in this life. You know, one thing that I can say is when I talk about 4 of diamonds, they also have this other path of freedom. And I'm wondering if your dog, Eli, since Eli is back in heaven, returned back to heaven, which I love that, by the way. If it's time for you to travel, if it's time for you to do something you haven't done before, because 4 of diamonds always has a restless piece. So let me get you a card from the heaven deck. The earth is our school. The earth is our school. Well, really, duh. We do know that. So just know that you'll be feeling Eli around. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so how can we prepare? How can we prepare for what? I can't remember, Maria. Yeah, Jennifer Pedke. I hate to feel it, but I feel like the United States is crumbling. We all need to regroup. It does feel odd. So yes, Jody W. This squaring event happens in Taurus. Yeah, Uranus in Taurus, and that would definitely make things a little more intense for a Taurus, for sure. For sure. Okay, Summer Galvin. Hi, Summer. What advice can I give to my best friend in Florida who's going through a tough, long, rough patch? You want to make sure that this friend of yours knows how valuable she or he is to you. Okay? You want to say, wow, I've learned so much from you. And you can do it. You're stronger than you think. It's amazing what we all can go through, isn't it? And then come out on the other end. I'm floored by it. I'm floored by the human capacity to go through things and come out on the other end of it. Cat feathers. April has been called the Great Disillusion. Not sure what that means by astrologers. Yeah, I think what it is it's a really rough time, Cat. I mean, it's disillusion. We have maybe disillusionment in things. It's a rough time. This April's a rough time. This where we are going this way, headed down to this time period, is very challenging. So just know that. Let's see. Leanne Chafee, Mother Mary is whom I pray to. I know the pain, as she knows the pain of losing her son. I agree, Leanne. I actually agree with that. I love that. I think that's really important. Hi, Kellee. This is from Cindy Kamka Cook. She says, hi, Kellee. What do you say to Catholic and religious people when they say what you do is against the Bible? I don't agree with them, but don't know how to reply. Well, fortunately, I don't put myself in that position because I was raised with no religion. My father was Jewish. My mother was Southern Baptist. My grandmother was a Jehovah's Witness. I mean, think about that for a second. Yikes. So I have none, but I am a true spiritualist because I believe Jesus exists. I believe in God. I believe in Mother Mary. I believe in all of this. I truly do. So when people that have that, listen, they're limited. That's the word I use with James. James and I talk about this all the time. They're limited, and that's their belief. Okay, that's fine. As my mother would say, won't they be surprised? But anyway, everybody, thank you. There's so many questions. I'm sorry I couldn't get to it, to all of them. I do my best, but I am going to get a card for all of us. Let's see. Let me see. Let's see. No, I'm not going to do that one. Instead, it was understand your body. That doesn't make any sense. Let's get a card from the other side. For anybody who is, maybe this is for people out there that have felt that, they could have done something, or I don't know, but this is out there for people. And it must belong to somebody. It is not your fault. So whatever, think about that. It's not your fault, whatever it happens to be, unless it is your fault. But you would know best. You would know best. That's an interesting card. Let me try another card. Here we go. Okay, I like this card the best. And yeah, I could do that. Okay, don't relinquish your power. Everybody, even though it feels like we're going down, we'll come back up again. We will come back up again. What did they say? The self will rise again. We'll come back up. Don't relinquish your power. Okay. And on Monday, James and I are going to be talking about Unfinished Business Part 2. And if you haven't read his book, Unfinished Business, it's phenomenal. But we're going to be talking about what happens when you have a situation with a loved one or a friend or somebody or an ex or I don't know, somebody, and there was unfinished business and then they die. We're going to be talking about that on Monday. Really interesting. All right, everybody, take care and have a safe week. Bye-bye.
You've been listening to Ask Me Anything, featuring spiritual medium and psychotherapist Kellee White.